Okay, so nobody's getting the truth from the mainstream media, folks. It's well past time to open your eyes, your ears, and your mind. Do your own research because something isn't right here. And if you can't see that, you are not paying attention, folks.
It's the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order. A world where the rule of law, not the law of the jungle, governs the conduct of nations.
So let's look at each one of these and see how we can get this down to zero. Probably one of these numbers is going to have to get pretty near to zero. Now that's back from high school algebra, but let's take a look. First, we've got population. The world today has 6.8 billion people. That's headed up to about 9 billion. Now, if we do a really great job on new vaccines, healthcare, reproductive health services, we could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%.
The important message that we need Australians to get vaccinated as quickly as possible. In line with that, I do encourage all Australians to please go and book your vaccinations as soon as you can if you haven't already done so.
Emma, get away!
When we are successful, and we will be, we have a real chance at this new world order, an order in which a credible United Nations can use its peacekeeping role to fulfill the promise and vision of the UN's founders.
Okay, we need to stand up against this tyranny, folks. Stop giving away your freedoms and liberties, because the more you give up, the more these people will take until you have absolutely nothing left. That's their agenda. All right, evening once again, folks. Family, welcome to the war, the information war, guys. That you guys out there are winning very, very well. So, in with that, some information. We've heard that Joel and a few other people actually are over in Western Australia at the moment. So, people, again, I put it out last night, but if you happen to see Joel over there, just let him know that a few of us are wondering when he was going to do that that little call out. Now, I've done a show this morning with Bosie and Brad Wansley from Canada. As soon as we get that over, guys, we'll upload that and get it out. That was, that was a good little chat, actually, just the three of us. So, but yeah, I suppose P. Diddy is the big news, isn't it? And I tell you what I see, guys, you know, when we've had a look at a few things, we'll put some stuff on the show tonight too, I think. But, yeah, I see executive order. That's exactly what I see. Okay. And, yeah, these pedos are all going down now. His plane said to be down in the Caribbean somewhere. Then they've said that he's arrested, you know what I mean, in Manhattan or somewhere anyway. But anyway, we'll just give the smoke time to settle. But they've apparently got his sons as well. Have been arrested. So, you know, we know about his place that he bought, you know, with tunnels under it. That was back in, well, I don't know, a few years ago. But guys, we'll have a look here in a minute, maybe. So yeah, bad boy of oh, here it was here actually, yeah. So in September 2023, right? P. Diddy, bad boy of politics, Mayor Adams of New York City awards the key to the city to the bad boy of entertainment, Sean Diddy Coombs. And now here he is, guys. You know, they're just all hang together, just birds of a feather. Now apparently there's a guy who owns 45 franchises, I think it is, of Domino's Pizza in DC. And he says he could tell when we're about to go to war based on the amount of pizzas that were ordered for the Pentagon and the White House, actually. So, yeah, I saw we might have that on the show, ship taken out. Well, looked like a ship taking it out. So, yeah, P. Diddy's son. So, you know, here we go, underwater tunnel. You know, connecting these houses, and it's confirmed because we've already had a raid there. You know what I mean? So, yeah, cops come in and use that wharf. The Baltimore Bridge, yes, guys, that's exactly right. There's a bit of new footage out about the terrorists in Moscow, and now believed 130 people dead and over 150 injured. So, yeah, that was crazy, guys. We've got some elephants going on the rampage in India, running down the main freeway. Apparently, this is what the world's coming to, guys. Right, California, the fentanyl capital, they're all off their heads in certain places. California man arrested for allegedly eating trigger warning, eating a severed leg that he took from a pedestrian who was struck by a train. The incident happened in Wasco, California. According to police, 27-year-old Rosendo Tellez removed the leg from an Amtrak station. He was seen eating the leg, according to witnesses, was later booked and put into jail. I don't know, guys, is that real or is that right real? Nothing would surprise me in this day and age and in this world we are living in. So let's bring cazz in. We've got heaps of news once again, guys. Last night was great space last night afterwards too, guys. Thanks for everyone involved. That we had 964, I think it was, nearly 1,000 people tuned into that space last night, guys. Whilst it was up, that was my shot on the analytics just after I closed it. So, yeah, that's obviously a hot topic, the old strawman. But how are you, Beck? And how are you, cazz?
Yeah,
good, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, good.
All right, Beck, we've got some information, or we've got some video clips to show about what happened on the weekend. Just give us a quick recap. What was it? It was the Let Women Speak?
So it was the Women Will Speak rally, which was almost an anniversary after the last big one in Melbourne, which was the Let Women Speak. This one was organised by a completely independent group, and of course, being Melbourne, there was a counter-protest. Unfortunately, one of our streamers, well, I wouldn't even say our streamers, everybody knows Shane from Ordered in Australia. His main gig is normally just filming the cops. He didn't really give two craps about the LGBT protesters, and he got targeted.
So this is it here. So this is the test and the counter, the protest and the counter protest.
Yep.
Okay, and I'll bring this one in because you can actually walk us through this or talk us through it.
Yep.
Throw it!
He's got a big handsy.
He did pretty good at defending himself, I'll say that.
Still hasn't got his phone back, I don't think.
Nah, he hasn't. So they ended up stealing his phone.
All thanks to your friendly Soros back to Antifa. I would take that back.
Yep. Antifa was there, CARP was there, and TRAS, which is Trans Rights Activist Group. And the thing is, okay, so in Melbourne, anybody that's been to any protests in Melbourne, especially the Leave the Kids Alone ones or anything to do with women's rights and protecting women's rights, will know that there will always be a counter-protest. Now, unfortunately for Shane, they know him from ages ago, from years and years ago, and as soon as they saw him, they wanted to make an example out of him. So what Antifa does is they've got the same playbook that they repeat every single rally. They will spot a live streamer, and then they'll try to block their view. It's just what they do. So they get all the big signage, put it in front of their camera, and they harass you. They do not leave you alone until you leave. So as they've done that, he's noticed straight away that they're coming over to him. So he's gone over to the police line and said to them, are you going to do something about this? Are you going to help me? The police obviously refused to help or just chose to ignore and pretend like nothing was happening. So he's decided to leave across the street with his 13-year-old daughter. They all attacked him. There was about 10 to 15 of them, I think, once I rewatched it all. And they all targeted him across the street, grabbed his phone, smashed his phone and threw it or stole it. He hasn't been able to find it, and all jumped him. So at first it was scary because a lot of us had no idea if he was okay because his live stream just cut out. Then we saw that other footage, and I personally was quite proud of him for putting up such a good fight and trying to protect himself and his equipment. From what I've been told, he ended up being taken away in an ambulance because of blood pressure issues. but yeah, he is okay now. His daughter's okay. I have spoken to him since then, and hopefully he'll be taking legal action of some sort. But yeah, it's disgusting.
They're very militant and crazy, almost. Like here's this one. Like who harasses a horse?
That's just what they do. They're like toddlers. They're like absolute toddlers.
They're very intelligent, are they? Their IQ just sort of like overflows out of them, with some of the shit they do.
Well,
yep, they did the same
else,
thing.
So they might as well hate it. They might as well hate animals as well because they hate everything else. So.
Well, that's what I actually find a bit ironic because normally a lot of the CAF and Antifa will also be animal rights activists. But yet when there's horses at protests, they're tormenting the crap out of them. So, I mean, it doesn't match. Do you hate the police more or do you love animals more? Obviously, it's just about hating the police and torturing animals that work for the police.
Now, these people have got no idea what they want. That's why they go and do what George Soros wants them to do because they haven't got I'm not going to swear. I'm trying to really clean it up. These guys haven't got a friggin' brain, all right? They are just useless bits of society. All right, and I tell you, when we tip this thing over, Beck, I'll tell you what, it's going to be a grand day sitting in the public gallery of the People's Court watching these guys cop what's coming to them, So, yeah, eventually, but they are just like, they're Neanderthals. If there was ever such a thing, I wouldn't say there was, you know what I mean? I don't believe in that, but yeah, they are just like absolute dimwits, and to be doing what they're doing, especially a guy who's got his daughter there, you know what I mean? And they wouldn't know it when they scoped him out. Oh, yeah, he's got his young daughter. Hey, boys, pull it up. Come on, like far out. Let's get him when he's on his own or something. Not the next one. Nah, not these friggin' mongrels. So, yeah, I'll call it out, mate.
They definitely knew he had his daughter with him. Like she was right next to him the whole time. And the fact that they still attacked him while he had a 13-year-old little girl with him is absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. They should be ashamed of themselves.
And the cops don't want to do jack about it. Like, how does that work? As soon as he said, I got my daughter with me, I need protection, the cops should have been straight in front of him with their friggin' horses. You're straight in front of him and protected the young girl. Like, this is the bullshit. But anyway, this is why, guys, I'm harping on about. Anyway, let's don't let me get going.
All right. Now, Beck, you've got this tonight, guys. Beyond the Deception is on tonight, Beck, Freedom and Jesse. And you've got episode 6. Paul, is it pronounced Whittle?
Yep. So he's the founder of Zero Suicide Community Awareness Program, mainly focusing on men's mental health. He's been advocating for the last few years trying to get a minister for men's health because apparently men's mental health is one of the only groups of people that don't have a minister for mental health. So he's been advocating for that for a while, and we'll be talking to him tonight about that and finding out how everyone else can help him. And yeah,
there's a massive suicide rates like with young men at the so yeah, interesting conversation. So yeah, good on you.
Hey, this comment here just come in. Is anyone, because I haven't seen this, Beck, have you seen this?
No, I haven't seen anything about that today. Might have to look into it.
So they're bringing our censorship laws into their own parliament so they can get through what they want, and they'll throw out the censorship laws and just hand them back to us again. But this is how they do it, guys.
Our system's gone.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to cut all debate about it. We'll have to. If anyone's got any updates in the comments, guys, because I hadn't seen that yet. So yeah, thank you.
All right. Well, we've also got this actually. This tweet has the so what's happened is the e-safety commissioner has sent this letter to X, basically telling them that to remove it or face $720,000 worth of fine. Okay, but it's but part B here is it says that an ordinary reasonable person in the position of a complainant would regard the material as being offensive. So now this is the actual tweet itself. So we're probably going to get banned for this, but yes, this woman, yes, she's female, is part of a panel of 20 experts hired by the WHO to draft their policy on caring for trans people. People who belong in psychiatric wards are writing the guidelines for people who belong in psychiatric wards. So,
Exactly.
it's just now that person has also been featured in the Daily Mail have done something, and it says key secrets of the UN trans expert revealed. Australian activists plugs bondage, bestiality, nudism, drugs, and taxpayer-funded sex change ops. So why is he writing health advice for the world body? So it is This is from the Daily Mail, who actually have a similar thing. So
Because
this
the
is
lunatics are running the asylum. That's why the lunatics. These guys are absolutely lunatics, man. Running this, it's just
look, and lunatics have their place in society, but at the end of the day, don't want them writing policy you don't want them dictating policy to the rest of the normal society.
No, you want them doing stupid things on TikTok we're going to have a laugh at. That's where they belong, dickheads.
All right. So, okay, Beck, so you've got to duck out, yeah, because you've got tonight to go on.
Yep.
So, guys, don't forget, we've got Beyond the Deceptions, and that's on tonight, and that's on at 8:30. And so, yeah, Beck's going to be hosting that. And so, guys, everyone tune in. And if you have a spare $1 or two, Beck's got a PayPal. Send it over to her because she does a great job.
Thanks, Cazz.
All right.
Cool.
All right, thanks, guys.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
See ya.
All right, so we've got a lot of people who had Forest of the Fallen over the weekend. Guys, when you do a Forest of the Fallen, can you please just take a video span? 30 seconds is all it needs, just so we can see it, because we'll play it on the show. This one's from Albury.
Yep.
Hey, Freedom family. Down in Norriel Park, down near the Riverdeck Cafe today with our Forest of the Fallen. Absolutely beautiful day alongside the Murray River.
Cocky's in the background.
All set up with our forest. Absolutely wonderful reception from people so far, thanking us for setting up this display and for bringing awareness to the public about vaccine injuries.
That is awesome. We've also got this one from DY.
Be a crowd pleaser. Eat that, forget it, let them get amnesia. Poison everything they breathe. Everything is going to plan. Everything is going to plan. Everything is going to plan. Everything is going to plan.
That's yours. That is unreal. Awesome. I love them. Yeah.
Yeah, they're really
Corellas.
awesome.
Sorry, I stand corrected. Peter Bailey, Corellas. I did see a cocky flying in the background. He was white. The government are getting Optus and tells you to take down 3 and 4G services. Vodafone has already done it.
Is this why we're getting public?
Well, I don't know. I don't know that Vodafone have done it. You're saying that, Gavin. I probably believe you, mate. But okay, you're going to take down 3 and 4. Well, that only leaves us with one number, doesn't it, of what we've got, which is the 5. So time to get to your council meetings, folks.
All right, so we've got these. Not the only displays around. We've now got defibrillators in country towns. Whoops. Oh, I must have got the other photo of that. Whoops.
This defibrillator, in a country town that was having been used. We had people there, guys, and
That's right.
Anyway, this is what's going on.
We've also had people take up your challenge to do some memes, and here's one. Climate change is real. The people have woken up, and it's Forest of the Fallen. And down there they've got social climate change hashtag.
Cool.
Also got we are the climate change, social climate change. The people have woken up. Exit the WHO, exit the WEF, rise up Australia, exit the UN. And this one, changing the climate for the good, social climate change. The people have woken up. So yeah, awesome work. Whoever.
Unreal, guys. That's choice. Yeah, let's get them. Let's keep them going. That's unreal. Thank you very much. Well, it's not just it's not for me anyway. Yeah, we're all doing this for you, but anyway, you're doing it for your kids and your grandkids, and we're going well.
That's right. All right. So let's have a look at what's going on around us, the rest of Australia. Here we have.
Wow. This homeless problem in southeast Queensland is getting absolutely out of control. Look how many of the poor buggers there are. Oh, well.
All right, so you've got that, and you've also got this report that was actually on the mainstream media.
Business crisis. Tent cities are springing up across the state. Some people camping here are working families who can't find rent. Not far away is Stephen sleeping rough under this bridge. Tell me how long you've been living on the streets and what kind of got you here.
Since 2019, the floods. Just cost of living, rent. I lost my job. When I had the accident in the car, I lost my job. Lost the car, couldn't get to work, lost my job, and everything just went downhill.
Have you seen more and more tents popping up?
Yeah, heaps, yeah. It's shocking. It's not right, just the way. There wasn't many at the time, but now there's heaps. But you go walking in bushes places, and you just seem to just everywhere. Poor buggers. Yeah, I feel for them sometimes. So,
what sort of people have you been seeing?
All right, so.
Whilst your government is like people like Penny Wong is sending money off to wherever she likes to send it,
That's right.
It's just incredible, guys, and we can't.
And you've also got this. We're now, the turbo migration. So,
yep. We're leading
so basically, we're leading the world's migration at the moment, and it's just incredible. We don't have the infrastructure.
There's tents going. People, I'll go and do a video. There's tents going up in Puckies. That's just here. That's not far from me. All right, it's around the other end. I don't walk that far when I usually go and do my training and that, but I will now take my phone and go for a walk down to Puckies and see what's going on. So yeah, there you go. It's on our doorstep too. So
that's right, guys. This is what colonization looks like. We're being colonized. So we are having other people move in and take over the country, okay? And it's a government assisted. This is what our government is doing. Well, the question is our government doing this? I'm thinking that they probably are with the mass migration that's going on. But it's not just happening here. It's happening in Canada as well. Look at this.
It's like a movie set.
Yeah, and then you've got this report, of course, out of the UK, where they're using migrants to come in and take British people's homes.
Yep. Stopping them getting in their own home.
Get in there! Guys, stand away! Move away! Move! Stand away! Move! You're here on North now legally now! Are you like that with your move! Get off! Get off! Move now! Move! Move! Everyone all of you! Fuck off the property now! Get off the drive now! Get off! So what are you doing? Move! Here's the police. Now! Move! Move! Get off! Get off!
It goes on, and it's really disturbing. It's very upsetting.
Yeah, yeah. Look, we talk about it every night. Cazz is coming to a shore near you guys. All right, they've already brought in, by the end of this year, what is it, an extra $1 million or something they brought in on top of normal, immigration. All right, our people are living on the streets now. I'm getting told, they're down here at, my local area. It probably is happening in Sydney right now, Dean. You're right, mate. Mainstream media ain't going to tell about you unless one of us TikTokers or someone like that's walking past with a phone that wants to put it out there and put their head on show. You ain't going to hear about it. So
you've also got these horrible cases now where this Missouri father, he collapsed when basically his 24-year-old daughter and her child had been beaten unconscious. And you've got the situation where you've got basically people going into people's homes, and not just house invasion. You've also got them basically squatting, getting rid of, removing people from their homes. Just all sorts of stuff's going on. It's just like, this is chaos. Order out of chaos. This is the new order agenda.
Yep. They're bringing it on and showing you guys, putting it in your, they don't care, right? But you ain't going to see this sort of stuff in the mainstream. All right, that's where you're not going to see it. It's just going to generate and fester and that's why we got to take our communities back, guys. We got to be the prominent voice within the community, because it is going to come to your community.
The other thing too that's interesting about this is that there's a big trend on is the police budgets are being cut. This is one from Baltimore City implodes, and that's because Baltimore City Council passes a budget cut with $22 million cut from the police funds. But what's actually happened is that there was a report over the weekend that there were 2 or 3 officers that had to manage a area of, I think it was 60,000 people. So
yeah, that's right. I said it on the ranting last night, I think, as 60,000, 68,000 people or something, 3 cops.
Just unreal, isn't it? All right, now the big news, of course, is P. Diddy. Let's have a look.
Breaking news right now. We're following the Department of Homeland Security conducting a raid at a house in Holmby Field Hills, believed to be connected to Sean Combs, the rapper and music executive, perhaps being linked to a sex trafficking investigation.
He got some shots of a few people coming out of the home. Those people have been detained. Now, we're trying to still connect the dots. We do have some sources on scene here that we're getting this information from. We were actually the first ones here with about 30 different law enforcement vehicles at least. There are 3 Bearcats on scene here. This just all unfolded, Sandra, I would say, less than 10 minutes ago. We got here even before the crime scene tape came up. So
well, just look at that. HSI, Dave. What do you think that's about?
Sorry, Cazz, I was on mute, but yeah, you can bring it in and tell them, mate. So yeah, it's very interesting to us, guys.
From HSI is basically the Homeland Security Investigations. This is their opening paragraph on their webpage. HSI is the principal investigative arm of the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, responsible for investigating transnational crime and threats, specifically those criminal organizations that exploit the global infrastructure through which international travel, trade, and finance move. HSI's mission is to investigate, disrupt, and dismantle terrorists, transnational, and other criminal organizations that threaten or seek to exploit the customs and immigration laws of the United States.
I smell an executive order, people. I smell an executive order. I smell RICO. I smell pedophilia groups going down. Now, have a look at one of the uniforms there. Look very military-like. So, yeah, who knows? Who knows, guys? We know what is going on in the background. We ain't seeing much of it, but look at this guy.
What sort of... That's right. He doesn't have any... he's dressed military. So where's his HSI? It's not. It's military.
Yeah, and supposedly, tunnels. Well, as I said here on the run-in, there is tunnels under one of his houses because it's already been confirmed. Yeah, so, yep.
All right, now we also have the situation, which is very interesting, Dave. So what do you think about this? So the new Boeing CEO to step down by the end of the year amid safety concerns.
Well, the last guy that come out, they and said something, he was dead. And that was just a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, this guy's just stepping to a side, Snagglepuss, exit stage left. Grab your millions and run, but you won't get away. Not if you've been complicit. So
that's right. Look, this is a really interesting story, and
so Pat Foster's saying there that Homeland Security do use combat gear, Cazz. So there you go.
Oh, do they? Well, there you go. Yeah. You learn something new every day. All right, so let's have a look at.
He's a Boilermaker. Pat's a Boilermaker. Of course, he'd know that.
Okay.
Okay, go on.
All right. This is a really interesting story because it's got two parts. Look at this.
Scientists are also using technology to better understand a rare disorder called PMO.
In short, it causes people to see demonic faces everywhere. Researchers at Dartmouth, they created a digital representation of what one person has been experiencing. The resulting images just published in a medical journal out of the blue. The man started noticing that people's faces around him looked like their ears, noses, and mouths were stretched back and other things were distorted. Scientists don't know the cause of PMO, but the patient in the study did suffer both carbon monoxide poisoning and a head injury.
What a candidate to do a study with.
Isn't that interesting? Now, what is interesting is look at this.
Another alien on a plane, just like last summer when that lady was saying that MF is not real. This guy seems terrified though, and so does everyone else on the plane. Here's what apparently the alien looks like as well. Looks pretty creepy to me. But I thought it was interesting that everyone on this plane seems like they're freaking out, that something is very wrong. It's not just some fight or whatever. This reminds me of a month ago at Miami.
We'll leave that there, but I just found that very fascinating. Isn't that interesting that scientists have discovered this new disorder and then suddenly people are freaking out because they're starting to see things that are weird?
Yeah, and how they've always got an excuse for the disorder, and there's a disorder there, folks. No, you didn't see anything. Nothing to see here. The spirit world is alive and well, guys. We all know it.
That's it. All right, so we've got a situation of ghost prisons in Victoria.
If I told you there is a taxpayer-funded $1.1 billion ghost prison sitting idle just outside Geelong. So taxpayers have paid $1.1 billion to have a prison sitting empty for 18 months, $72 million to run the ghost prison for 2 years. That's $36 million a year to keep it empty. That's what's been allocated in the budget papers. All in the middle of a youth crime crisis, in fact, a crime crisis across the state. And then there's this, your children can't get air conditioning in their state government school classrooms. But you know where the air conditioning runs all day and all night? It's at the ghost prison with no one in it.
What do you think about that, folks? 1.1 billion. You can't air condition your kids' schools, but we can keep the aircon on there all day. Won't be empty for too much longer. Yeah, cool comment, Ross. Yeah. Anyway, this is the hypocrisy of our governments, guys. How dare they? 1.1 billion. It's empty. All right. And it's costing them, like that much just to have the aircon on each year for nothing.
That's right. Okay. We had the collapse of the Baltimore Bridge overnight, and here it is on video. But it looks like it's been blown up from the bottom. That looks like an explosion to me.
Something sus about the first bit, eh?
Yeah, and so with the with all of the instability that's going on, you've kind of got to wonder. You've got to kind of wonder: is this not we've spoken about the fifth and sixth columns, and you can see that that's what's happened as well. Like with this report from Syrian girl, what happened in Russia?
Mossad have been very closely linked since Henry Kissinger, and the Likud party was on Russia Today, like Russian television, threatening Russia for their stance on Gaza and saying that they're going to pay for it. Maybe it's not a coincidence that a concert was targeted. Also, Colonel Douglas McGregor said it's the CIA. But the thing that really interests me is the fact that, you and I, Alex, especially you were there at the very beginning. But I think 10 years ago, 12 years ago, the first interview we did together was because I made a video that said Al-Qaeda is al-CIA. And the fact is now it's so open and so blatant that even the Russian government's like, no, this is not ISIS. This is Ukraine.
That's right. It's a big deal to have Putin come out and say they're using ISIS as a NATO cutout, and they tried to flee. They caught them running into Ukraine.
Yeah, what was a conspiracy theory that we were talking about, a decade or more ago is now just like fact. And it's just amazing to see because, it didn't even make any sense to use ISIS as this cutout at this time. Like Victoria Nuland also threatened nasty surprises towards Russia recently. It's just it's a mask off moment. That's what I would call it.
So it could be a case of fifth columns, because that's the kind of it's the kind of stuff that in war, pre-war, that they do is they actually go in. So you've got situations where you've got your saboteurs going in to sabotage things as well. So
Yep.
you've got the border collapse. You've got homes being raided. You've got a whole heap of situations that are basically very unsavory. I saw a video of a girl. She was walking down she was just walking down the street minding her own business in New York, and somebody came up and punched her in the face for no reason.
Yeah.
So the
Young kid gets
destabilization.
stabbed by another lady. I saw a lady just out to attack young kids. She tried to stab her. You know, I've seen some wild videos out there. It's just, yeah, guys, it's crazy.
Yeah, and there is a video too of that that man that stole the victim's leg and ran off and ate it.
Yeah.
There's a video. Somebody took a video of that. We've got a lot of good news though. A lot of the situations that we've been talking about is coming true. So what's actually happened is Japan is going to ban vaccinated people from donating tainted blood, because they don't want that in their blood supply as well, because it's because of the stuff that's the mRNA that's actually in it. So
there are some awake countries out there and awake people.
That's it. You've also got Ireland. They're protesting mass immigration, and you've got this current situation in the UK.
Ireland, Ireland, fuck off! Let me take our land back.
Good old Forest, eh?
This is happening outside the UK now. So that's outside the Parliament of the UK. So you've got a lot of people that are basically protesting now. Also, Brad Jarman who's pretty much he's way in front. He said months ago, he said probably about a month and a half, maybe 6 weeks ago, he said, "Oh, there's 3 members of the royal family that have currently got cancer." Now he also has said that the Justin Trudeau is going to resign, and he's put out a similar update later on tonight, I think it was, and he said that he's going to resign. I think he said at the beginning or maybe at the end of summer. So a lot of things that are breaking our way as far as all of this sort of stuff goes.
Yeah, well, don't get locked up, guys, because you just saw a comment there from a mate of mine who's talking to someone who'd been in the nick, and yeah, you get the vax, you get special privileges. There you go. Unbelievable. You know, this is where they are still, guys. You know, we proved it. You know, we proved it didn't exist 3 years ago. You know, and we're still here with people still enticing people. It's just wrong.
Yeah. All right. Let's have a look from Punter's Politics. What he's going to say.
Oh, geez, what the hell, mate? You haven't heard? I'm being shadow banned. What, just you? Well, not just me. Anything that's considered... And why are you dancing? Oh, well, because this is a dance channel now. So what do you mean political? It's anything to do with... and social topics. Social topics. Yeah, so it's anything that identifies a problem that impacts people due to an action or inaction of others. Geez, that's your whole thing. I guess we could talk about soccer. The weather? Oh yeah, climate change. Taylor Swift. No way. She's now. Oh, the whole Super Bowl thing, yeah. You're screwed. Yeah. Well, hang on. Can't punters change it by going into their settings, selecting suggested content, going down to content and selecting don't limit. Yeah, but most punters on here I've connected with aren't really the type of people that would seek this stuff out. I think I've just managed to make it simple, relevant, and amusing enough for people to engage. What if punters kept sharing your reels to family and friends and made sure to follow you over on TikTok, YouTube, and X? Would that still work? Maybe. Oh, man, it's almost as if the large corporations that control our communication networks want punters to be distracted and misinformed about how powerful interest groups control our democratic systems in order to maximize profit at punters' expense.
He does such a good job.
Yeah.
He
And
does such a good job.
yeah, Cole's going to try and push it cashless, guys. Aldi's are trying to push it cashless. Okay, don't yeah. All right. Don't do it. You're like, just, go in there with cash. Here it is. Heinz. Hey, Spanner, how you going, brother? That's down in Tassie, guys. Anyway, if you're coming to a state near you.
All right. Guys, don't forget tonight we've got Beck. That's at 8:30. Beyond the Deceptions. That should be a really good interview. And we've got Bosie at 8 at the green room. And Dave, I shall go and grab our outro. Will you wrap up?
Righto. Well, the wrap up is, guys, have a look at the show we done this morning with Wanzi and Bosie. When we get that and we get that uploaded, that was a decent show, guys. Good message in there. And I suggest you find out when your councils are meeting, guys, because you got this stuff that we're showing you coming to a shore near you. We're trying to get you activated to get out there now, all right, and start and make a difference. So thanks to everyone who done Forest of the Fallen on the weekend. All right, all the participants in the spaces that we've had, coming to the show every night. Okay, but guys, we got more work to do. You know it. We got to get on with it. We need to get into our local councils, our local school boards, and start and educate people, be a voice, and get things back our way, guys. All right, so good night. Thank you.
Good night.
To you to get us out of here. Come on. Come on. Go. Get your fat ass over there. Come on, man. Oh, you know what, man? We can't do it. You too big, man. Okay, we almost there. We almost there. Keep it right. All right. Right. Okay. Okay, we there. I'm going to put my paw. I got one paw up. Hold it steady. Hold it steady for me. Hold it steady. Hold it steady. Hold it steady. Hold it. I love you, pretty kitty. And you don't have to say a word, because I can tell by that look on your face, girl, you love me too. We going to have such a beautiful life together. We going to have a little litter of babies. We going to call them puppy cat. Hey, can I slide on your slide? I want to slide on your slide. Okay. All right. All right, I'm going to get up there, old bossy, baby. Help me up. Just push a little bit more. Push a little bit more. Push. I know you're trying, but push harder. All right. Wee.
Ooh, you so sweet. Okay. And savory.
Hey, you kind of rough there.
Sorry about that. I bet you taste like chicken.
Why you licking your lips like that? What? Hey, hold up. Stop. Make you put your hand down, man.
Just like...